loving and, time you spend with these goats is going to make your life so much easier. Okay guys, I'm putting this in at the beginning of the video because we had, like, I think I mentioned it here in a bit, but we had somebody get a hold of us on Facebook asking if there was any goat videos we had to help them out with the problem they're having. And basically, we need to know what problem was. They were having problems getting their goat hoofs trimmed. Okay, so that's what we're doing this video on, and we'll be doing a few more videos. I'll probably mention that later too, on training them for the milking stand. I want to go ahead and give a shout out though. It's Leslie at Mountain Oasis Homestead. Okay, go ahead, check out their channel. I'm going to check out their channel too. Yeah, we'll go ahead and put a link in the description below. Alright, let's see here. There we go. Down here. And any questions y'all have, okay, let us know. Put them in the comments, alright? If any of this isn't clear, there's just something you didn't quite see that you're needing to see, let us know. I mean, I can put on a 30-second video, believe it or not, or a minute video explaining something in more detail. It's not a problem. Okay, let's see. But yeah, check out her channel. If you've got a video better than what I put on, let her know, okay? Give her some help. Yeah. You got any tips for me? I'll learn. You're never too old to stop learning. So, give us some tips. I don't care. Even if they ain't good tips. I don't care. You hear that? She won't stop talking. But yeah, I hope this video helps y'all out. And go ahead, and I'm sorry, it's a long video. Go ahead and watch the whole thing, because I'm giving tips throughout the whole thing. I do non-stop talking. It's probably mine. Okay, and that's coming from a person that don't talk. But when I'm teaching somebody something, I do a lot of talking. Okay? So watch the whole thing, alright? I do show you. I appreciate that, Caitlin. Crazy kids are worse than the goats. But yes, watch the whole thing. Good luck. And it ain't gonna be easy. Sorry. Hey everybody. My wife was on Facebook and she saw that somebody was asking for some helpful videos on goats. So we got in contact with the woman and asked her what a few of her problems was, and we're gonna see if we can't give her a hand. So this is what we're doing. Alright, she's needing some help with training her goats for the milking stand, and she's having some difficulties trimming the hooves, which both of them can be extremely frustrating. So understand. Now, I excel at training critters. I do. It's pretty windy out here, so I'm sorry if the audio is not the greatest. Danny's collecting me up a goat, and this is going to be a few videos, alright? So, if you don't see everything, that you're wanting on this one, you know, give me some description or something in the comments, and I'll make sure it's in, you know, one of the future ones, okay? So let's get started. I'm going to show you what I use and what you're going to need, alright? Alright, first thing you're going to need, and what I use, alright? You are going to need a place to do this. Now, I am using a little shed we built out of pallets, tarps, and cattle panels. The place is a disaster right now because we're actually going to build a bigger building. But that doesn't matter. You do not have to have a building to do it in. Do it on your porch, or, you know, I wouldn't recommend doing it in your house. Unless it's like, you know, 30 below zero outside. Then you know, vacuum afterward. Who cares? But a place to do it, okay? Now, I like doing the hooves in here because there's a gate. So we've only got one goat at a time. It's not being distracted by the other goats, okay? Next thing that is extremely helpful is a milking stand. One, it's necessary if you're actually trying to train a goat for a milking stand. But two, it's a great place to do hooves, okay? And I like putting ramps on mine. Me and the boys, we built this one. If you need plans on these, you know, let me know. I can set you something up, okay? Now, a few things you're gonna need for training them. And for hooves. Alright. Rope. Okay. I like big rope like this. It's pretty reasonably priced. But, you know, just some kind of rope. Alright. A pair of hoof shears. I have used, like, utility scissors and stuff like that. But hoof shears is definitely the way to go. Okay. And the curry comb is almost a necessary too. We'll get into that later. The last thing that you're absolutely gonna have to have is a goat. Okay? Now, we have dog collars on our goats. I know there's people that put like plastic chains and stuff like that. I like dog collars. We put dog collars on ours, and as long as you can get, you know, 4 fingers in, it's, you know, not too loose, not too tight kind of thing. Okay? Now, we have chosen this goat. Oh, lead rope's really helpful too. We've chosen this goat because she is our most difficult to do the hooves on. Alright? I don't want to throw a goat on here trying to teach somebody how to do it, and it'd be like the calmest goat on earth, okay? Because that's going to just lure you into a false sense of security. So, not only am I going to be doing this work, but it's necessary work, okay? So, we're going to open up the headlock here, and we're going to breed her soon, so we're going to have to train her for this as well. So, that's another reason. Okay, so you've got your goat, alright? Don't just drag them around because they're stubborn, okay? What you want to do, alright, now, a big thing to this is patience, alright? And I know this is something that burns right through patience. So, here's what we're doing, alright? You get them a good... Here, I'm going to pass the camera while we're over. Quit with the treats. We're not training them for treats. Wild kids. Alright. So, you want to be able to give them a good, clean stretch to get onto it. Goats don't like to just start at the bottom and walk up, alright? So, you give them a good, clean stretch, get them to know where they're going, and then you'll work them on up it. Now, Clover is our most stubborn goat. Okay? So, I fully intend on her fighting me the majority of the way. So we might have to give this a few tries. Come on. Oh. Come on. Come on. Yeah, see? Stubborn goat. Come on. Alright, now, if your goat is going to be stubborn like this, and it's big enough to lift, I recommend setting her up there, okay? Have somebody help you. You're not getting that yet. Have somebody help you, alright? And set them up there, and then let them walk down it slow, okay? The more they get used to using that, the better off you'll be. Now, this first time is going to be a nightmare, alright? So, don't put too much into it. Once they realize that they're here for this is what they're here for, okay? They want to eat. So I recommend doing this either in the morning or in the evening when you're giving them their feed. That way they associate this with something good, okay?
Daisy already knows it.
Daisy, get out of there. Okay. She's in. I'm going to go ahead and... See, that's our biggest problem. She's still not quite big enough. But, again, that's why we have the lead rope. So I'm just going to loop this around here so she can't pull herself out, okay? And just so it's not in the way. Alright. So now's the time. Okay, this is prep work. I'm hoping that, you know, you're not needing it done right away. If you are, it's going to be a little bit difficult. Now's the time you can pet them. You know, let them know it's okay. This is where the patience comes in.
Daisy.
Okay, and this is where the curry comb comes in. They love being brushed, okay? So you start brushing them when they're in here, they'll learn to love it even more. The more they like this position, the better off you're going to be, okay? And it's going to train them to basically be comfortable with you. The more comfortable they are, the easier it's going to be. Okay, these things take time. Alright, I'm not going to do a whole lot of brushing on her. I want to get into the hooves. This is where the rope comes in. Clover does not like you messing with her hooves. So, I have got a little loop tied on one end, okay? And I'm going to tie this end to our milk stand. Okay? Now, right here on the crease of her leg, okay? Danny, are you getting that good?
Let me move.
Right in here, okay? You just lay that rope there. Alright? Tie it off on the other side. You don't want to shove her forward, but what this is going to do to make your life a whole lot easier is it's going to keep her from pulling back. Now, if you find that you've put this rope on here and she's still able to pull back, just tighten it up a little bit, okay? So, now I can grab her hoof and look. She's always fighting me on this, but she can't go anywhere now. She's stuck. And she's not getting overworked up. I gave her a little brush. I'm petting her. Now, let me find... Another thing I recommend having is a hoof pick, okay? You can get them. They're extremely cheap. They're usually in under $2, okay? Just because you're going to need to know where the hoof is. Now, I trimmed these hoofs about 2 weeks ago, so they're not going to need much, all right? But get your dirt out of there, okay? Just get your dirt out, clean it up, give them some petting. You know, don't rush it because they're not used to it. If you rush it and you make them mad, they're going to hate it every single time, okay? So, that's what this is. This is building trust, okay? That's what you have to do. So, we're going to clean these up a little bit and go ahead and get the tips, all right? Now, I'm going to wipe it off a little bit. You see that white right there? That line, all that white has to come off. That is your fingernail, okay? That's what that is. That's up to the skin, all right? So that's going to help you out. If you have a goat, we have a goat, I forget which one it is, that doesn't really show that. It's like a really dark brown. And it makes it difficult. Okay? But for clipping, I'm left-handed. So it just, I don't know. It seems to work out difficult. But I hold the toes apart. Okay? And start small. Okay? It helps to have a very sharp pair of these. Alright. So I've cut down to that white. Alright, now you can see her hoof is straight. It's flat. Okay, that's what you're wanting. If this ball here is raised up, see like right there how that's curving over? Okay, that can be cut. And they don't feel a thing. Now I have been working with Clover a little bit. Very little bit. But I have done it. The last time I clipped her hooves, I actually set her down and I held her in my lap and did it. It was absolute nightmare. But we had gone almost all winter without doing any hooves and they were curled over. So, I mean, it looks nice and neat now. But, yeah, she can't go nowhere. But they were not. Now the same with the other side, okay? That white line. That's what you're wanting to trim to. And if you've got a goat that has really bad hooves, okay? So just give them their time. If you've got a goat that's got really bad hooves, now that's, look at that. I'm messing up here. What you need to do is not let go of that. I was being a little bit too gentle and she yanked it out of my hand. If she knows you have this and you are not going to let go, you just keep hold of that for a bit. Okay? I mean, she can't do much moving. If she does, tighten it up. Alright? But, you don't have to do this all at once. Alright? And it's probably best if you don't, if they're new to it. You go ahead and you trim them up a little bit. And come back to it, you know, a week later. A few days later. You know, you'll notice that they get a lot more spry. Okay. Next tip. Alright? Alright, now how do you know how far out to come here? Because I had problems with that. I used to trim, you know, horse hooves and stuff. But that is not a goat. So, I had problems with it. And nobody really wants to tell you much about that. I know, Clover. Okay. So after you get that, you're always going to have a little bit more dirt. You clean right up to this. If you can clean out dirt in the tip of that, okay, the empty space there, Clover, comes off. Yeah, see, now she's starting to get upset. But this rope has loosened up, so I have to tighten up my rope, alright? I do highly recommend using 2 people for this. Well, I might have it a little too tight. Because, like her, she's wanting to go to one side of the stand. She's getting a little scared, guys. She's starting to shake. But we haven't given her anything to occupy her with. I don't recommend doing this through the middle of the day with treats, okay? Don't do it with treats. Like I say, do it in the mornings. Yeah, you can give her a little hay. That's fine. Give her a handful of hay. There you go. Eat on you some hay. She probably won't want to, but alright. Oh, yeah, I've got my rope too tight. You'll know you've got your rope too tight too, because you won't be able to lift the leg very high. Okay, now see, I'm putting my arm around her. It just keeps her a little solid. If you have somebody else to help you, put them on the side of them so they can't slide off the table, okay? Or put your milk stand up against a wall. That'll help too. Okay, so see how there's nothing here in this here? It's just hollow. That can be cut off because see, now it won't be growing crooked. I know, Clover. A little bit more. See, it's just, think of it as your fingernails. Okay, now I'm curving her leg. That is actually something you want to try not to do because it's uncomfortable for them. They don't like it, okay? You'll watch a bunch of videos and people will tell you, you want to make them square, okay? I'm sorry, but when you're not used to it, that just sounds like the dumbest thing on earth. It does. Alright? You're wanting to get used to doing this. That's what you're wanting to do. So, any little bit you can do to their hooves, even if it's a bit at a time, okay, is going to help. Alright? It gets sore for them to walk on that. So, you'll notice them getting more spry. They'll be bouncing around, you know, next day or a couple hours later. I mean, they'll be so much happier. And don't expect to do it all at once, alright? I mean, they're not going to die from it. If you have a goat to where, you know, the hooves are, you know, 3 inches longer than what they should be and all curled over, you might want to have somebody trim them the first time that already knows how. It does cost some money, you know, but these critters are an investment. So, you know, you've got to weigh up your options there. I mean, if you want, go ahead and start working at it bit by bit. But it's all about confidence, okay? And the more frustrated you get with this critter, the more they're going to fight you, okay? They are going to fight you and fight you and fight you. And it's my experience that you give in before they do. Alright? But I've done one, that one is finished now, okay? I will check, well, it's been about 2 weeks since I've done hers. So, I was actually planning on checking in about 2 weeks, just to tidy up anything that I had left. Because she's ornery. So, I mean, you know, don't worry about having it perfect the first time. And the more comfortable you can get your goat with you, the easier it's going to be. It really is. You stay calm. I mean, if you get frustrated, let them go for a bit, okay? That's what's nice about the dog collar. Hook them up to something for just a little bit till you calm down. They'll calm down, you know, give it another try. If it gets too bad, wait till the next day. Alright? They can tell how confident you are with them. So, again, it's all down to confidence. Alright? Confidence and them being comfortable. Now, while you have them up here, okay, there are several things you can do. You need to be messing with the udder, alright? Check it, make sure it's clean. Just handle them a bit, because if it's going to be a milking goat, or if it is a milking goat and they're not used to it, again, that makes them comfortable. I know, but we're pretty lucky. We do have some calm goats, and we use Nigerians, okay? We use Nigerians because of their size. We've got a lot of kids, and I don't expect the kids to have a great big old Nubian out here, you know, that doesn't want to be on the milking stand trying to take care of them. They do produce a fair amount of milk. I mean, you're not going to get as much out of them as a Nubian, but in my opinion, the milk tastes better as well. So it's an even trade for us. You know, less milk for better tasting milk. Now, let's go ahead and we're going to do the front hoof, okay? I am doing this side because I am on her opposite side. So you just curl it over, alright? Try to keep it straight, and you can pull it off to her side. This one is needing some work. Okay. So, again, I'm going to clean it out, alright? Just be gentle. It doesn't take much. See how that's curling over right there? That white? That needs to go. Which, like I say, it had been all winter. We've had a terrible winter, so they weren't getting much care on their hooves. We had a couple of warm days, and I jumped on it. So, this is amazing compared to what they were. They were like 3 times longer. Daisy, hers was actually curled over, all the way over. It just looked like it was solid. And you could tell something was wrong with her because she didn't want to run. She would step real soft. Clover's shaking again. But Clover, like I say, was being extremely difficult, so I didn't get hers cleaned up very well. See, you can see the white here on this side. That needs to come off too. That's what they're talking about square, though. Now, I'm left-handed, so this is difficult. And I've built this milking stand high. Okay? So I'm just going to... See? Just pull your scissors away. Just hold her for a bit. Okay? They do not like the sound. Okay, guys? They really don't. Okay. I'm just going to give her a second. I know. Well... Okay, now I'm going to do this side. I like to do the outsides first. Okay. There we go. Now I'm going to do the inside. And it helps that if your goat gets comfortable to where you can put your... Well, it would be... I'm left-handed. We'll try it right-handed. Okay, to where you can separate them like that. Okay? It's not going to hurt them. Just cut off that extra nail. Okay? Now, you can see I've got those hollow bits. Clean that out a little bit. After a few times, you will get more and more comfortable with this, and they'll know. Just go. I'm not going to do too much on that one. I'm going to let it grow some. Straighten up. I'm still trying to reshape her hoofs. So I'm doing it bit by bit. Okay. Let's show you what that looked like. Now, see how she's got some growing off over here? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut off that little lip that's growing off. Okay? So let me do that. It didn't hurt. I'm going to flatten it, see? To cut off any extra that's sticking up. If it's sticking up, it can come off. And just do bit by bit, guys. Okay? It's alright that it ain't perfect. I mean, they're going to wear that down some. And it's going to grow back into shape. And, you know, you just keep on working with it until you realize what it is that it has to be. Alright? And it's rough on the back. Okay, I'm gonna... You remember which one I did? It was this one, wasn't it?
Yep. I'm going to do this one.
I'm gonna calm her down again. That's a big part of it. Calm her down. Like I say, crazy notes. If, look at this. Look what we got put up with. Well, she's calmed down now. She was going nuts over there. You crazy goat. But, I don't know. I forgot what I was talking about, Danny. What was it?
Calming her down.
Calming her down. Like I say, if you do this in the morning or in the evening when it's, you know, breakfast or supper for them, it is going to go a whole lot smoother because they're going to have that feed to occupy them. They're not going to care as much. And if they get a little bit, you know, wild, stop what you're doing, give them some petting, shake the feed, you know, let them know that it's there. Let them eat some more. My goats are shedding like crazy right now. It's like 34 degrees out here and they're shedding.
Spring's on its way.
Yeah, spring's on its way. At least it better be for them. They're gonna get cold. Daisy, what you doing, honey? What you doing? Alright, let's trim another hoof. Another one. And guys, whether, you know, you got Kinkos or Pygmies or Nigerians or Nubians, whatever, all their hoofs are built the same, okay? So this is going to be the same process. Now, I actually imagine that the realizing what you've got to work with, yeah, see this? That needs trimmed some more. Realizing what you've got to work with is probably going to be a bit easier on a bigger goat. Just because it ain't so tiny. But, I could be wrong. Back when we had Nubians, when I was a kid, I was too little to do any of this, so I don't know. Yeah, I think this was the last one I did last time. And by then, she was just so fed up with it, she didn't want nothing to do with it. I mean, she was holding a grudge bad. Goat wouldn't come to me for days. Okay. So I've cleaned it up. And just give her a wipe down. You can see a bit of the white, okay? That's got to come off. And you can see where it's, you know, it's folding. Now that's hollow down there, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. See how hers is curving? I'm trying to train it away from that. I need to buy a hoof pick. I had a dozen of them when we had horses. But we ain't got horses no more. And
Maybe we'll find one down in the horse shed.
I don't know.
Still got saddles.
Yeah. I need to get rid of them because I don't plan on having horses anymore. Caitlin hates hearing that, but... See, and I'm just cutting with that white, alright? Couple of hands. You can lay these in there, and wherever they lay, alright, you just snip. Because you won't be cutting too deep, because it's just laying flat with what you're cutting. Now, if you do happen to cut a little bit too deep, like on one of these back pads, you'll see a couple drops of blood, alright? It's not going to kill them. Take you some iodine or something and spray on there or wipe it down. And, you know, give them a couple minutes. They'll stop bleeding. Alright, I'm going to leave that one as is for now. It ain't terrible. And we'll come back to it in a few weeks and see what it looks like. Okay? Alright, I got one hoof left to do, and she's not doing terrible. She's shaking a bit. She's scared. But look, I ain't got the rope on her no more. I would not have been able to do that a couple weeks ago. It wouldn't happen. But again, I didn't have her in the milking stand. I didn't, you know, sit here and pet her and loving, and, you know, time you spend with these goats is going to make your life so much easier. Stress levels will go down, I swear. Alright, let's do this last one. Now, let's go into how I'm picking this up. They've got these little pads, okay, on their feet. I'm putting my thumb there, because that's where their hoof, you know, it bends there, alright? So, that's how I'm grabbing it. Alright, and you just curl that back. See, that's comfortable for them. Okay? Now, I can go ahead and I can pull this up to her side. Okay? To where it's easy for me to see. Now, I'm doing this extremely gentle and slow so that she doesn't get ornery and start yanking. The more bad experiences they have with this, the harder it's going to be and the longer it's going to be to train them back out of it. So I'm just cleaning it up. I'm using a nail, and it's working pretty good. But if you got a critter that's absolutely furious that you're even touching them, I don't know if I'd use a nail. You might get stuck, and they might get stuck, and everybody's going to be in a bad mood, and you're going to say some words you don't want to say, or at least some words people ain't going to want to be hearing. Okay. Again, give it a little rub. You can see that white right there. See? That white needs to come off there. That's just the fingernail sticking out past the skin. That's all that is. Okay? Now, I'm left-handed, so this is terrible. Alright. Calm down, honey. See, now I'm just going to lay it in there. Alright? And it helps for these things to be sharp. We'll put some links in the description on where you can get a pair of these. And, alright, now look. I'm sorry. I want to show y'all this. Okay. I've cut up to there, okay? And you can still see down in that that's hollow. Quit it now. So, you just come right in beside it. She's starting to realize that I ain't letting go. I'm just being gentle. She's getting tired of standing. Okay, and if you don't get this side first, this side's harder to get. Your cutters don't slide in very easy. So, I know, quit it.
She probably just wants to go back to napping. Yeah.
Now, we're doing this without treats because they just had feed not that long ago. So, and I'm surprised at how well she's doing today. And again, guys, you don't have to get this perfect the first try. Alright? I mean, you're training a goat for this. And they don't want it happening. So, it is perfectly understandable. You know, give them some time. Let them get used to the idea. And the more you're working with this, the more you're going to get used to it. Alright? And you'll see what you need to clip and... they'll be happy you're doing it. Eventually. Okay. Alright, I'm done. Let me talk a little bit. Alright, see, that's all I'm going to do today. She's not going to be sore. I didn't cut into the pad of her foot. You can feel it. It feels kind of like velvet. At least it does to me. I ain't got much feeling. But I got rid of all that white. You can still see some white up in there. Okay, let that grow out. It's going to be hard to cut. Don't worry about it. She's fine. She's going to be a happy goat. She can walk, she can bounce, and it ain't going to be hitting her. I mean, think of it this way. They're fingernails, okay? You got long fingernails, and you're catching them on stuff, ripping them back. It hurts. You don't want it happening. So, you get them trimmed off there. I mean, it's just a better situation for them. Alright, now she ain't happy, but she's still a little calm. So, I know you're shaking, you're scared. That's all there is to it, guys. I hope that this helps you out. If it don't help you out, go ahead and let me know. Say, look, that was useless. Alright? So try again. Show me something I don't know. Okay? Let me know what you don't know. I hope it helps out. I'm going to do some more videos on this. We're going to start training these goats for the milking stands. Especially Lily there with the horns. Who keeps scratching her back with her hand. Got an itch. We've never milked her. I don't think she's ever been milked. This will be her second pregnancy. So, she has not been on a milking stand ever. So we're going to start training all of them. We'll give you some videos for it, give you some pointers. If you are wanting us to help you out, you want a little bit more information, give me a little information, okay? Take a picture with your cell phone, email it to us. I will give you some pointers on helping you out with the setup you got. It is not a big deal. You know, I don't mind helping, okay? So, there's nothing wrong with bettering yourself. Yeah, I hope this helps, okay? You need any other advice, if you're having difficulties with a certain area, let me know. This goat has been extremely calm this time. I am impressed. if you have recently tried this, and you're going to jump right back into it, you are not going to have an easy time. I'm sorry, I apologize, but you're going to have to build some trust with that goat and get them used to it. We're lucky we have Nigerians. I mean, that's a full-grown Nigerian right there. She is short and stubby. I can pick her up, set her on this table. If you've got a Nubian, you're probably not going to be able to pick her up. So it's going to take a couple people to get her up on the stand. If you don't have a couple people, throw some feed in the bucket. She is going to get up on this table, okay? So, she'll be looking forward to that. And spend just a couple days of that if you have to. Make this the feeding station, alright? Feed them while they're eating. Sit out here, pet them. You know, play with their hooves a bit. Pick it up, look at it. You know, feel it. Just rub it. Let them get used to you bothering them, okay? And after a while, it won't bother them. It takes time. I know. Patience is a big thing. But they're worth it. I like these critters. They all got their own personalities. They're crazy. Especially this one. This is our crazy goat. But, I don't know what to tell you. If you don't want to put the time in it, give them to somebody that does. Or pay somebody to do this. Let them fight it. Sit out there and watch them. Get a good laugh out of it. Don't think of paying them to trim your goat hoofs. Think of paying them to make you laugh. But, I hope it helps, okay? Y'all have a good day, and let me know what you're needing. We'll help you out. Pretty dope.
Hey Daisy, how you doing? Can't see you, just your shadow.
Alright, we're gonna let her out.
Oh, there she goes. And there she goes. You didn't like that, Clover?
Okay. Look at her. She's already pushing. Your butt's gonna fall off the back. Stubborn goat. Okay. Now, guys, I let my goats just off. Let them go wild afterward. But if you're training them and your pen is not close by, or you don't let them free range a little bit, look at her. Look, she don't know what to do. Walk them down with the lead rope and then put them away. Make them go down kind of slow. Don't let them just shoot right down, because they're not going to like it. Look at this. Look at this. Come here. Let me undo you. You got a kid too. I recommend, if you've got one of these little goats and your kid's not tiny, hook them up to a lead rope. Let them walk them around some. It'll get the goat used to it. The more you can get them used to, the better your life's going to be. Okay, guys. Later. Have a blessed day. And I hope you the best of luck.